Now here we are with the next hormone, that is gibberellins. What is gibberellins? Remember one more important thing in the gibberellin. Gibberellin will that means they will show their actions when there will be auxin present. That means without the presence of auxin, they will not show their function. So what is the function of gibberellin? First thing, the gibberellin are synthesized in the root and the shoot tips. That means this is the shoot part. If we see this part, so the elongation of the shoot part is due to the gibberellin. Okay. Now let's see the main function of the gibberellin. Here written stimulates elongation. So what I have told you, the first thing, the elongation part. If you see a tree that is just too much tall, or that means their stems are elongated, you just normally think that is due to the gibberellin. If some plants are very short, if the stems are not divided too much, so think over there that the presence of gibberellin hormone is not there. Second thing, flowering in the pineal plant. That means the flowering in the pineal plants are also due to the gibberellin hormone. Now break seed dormancy. So here the new name comes. What is meant by dormancy? Actually, dormancy means the inactive state of the seeds. Just like if I tell you all that if our guardian tell us that go and bring some seeds from the market, so what we get, we just get the seeds in the packet. So when they are in the packet, that means they are in the dormancy state, in inactive state. But the time when we will fall that seed, when we will just put that seed in the soil and just we will give the water, after some day we will see that they just broken their dormancy and they started growing. So this is the called dormancy. One more function they are having, they also induce the internode growth. Internode growth means, that means if this is the internodes, okay, if the two things are just divided from one node, so they also that means induce that growth. This is the function of the gibberellin. One more thing I want to tell you all, just like if this is a one plant, imagine this is a plant. So might you have seen that a plant just bented in this side, that means the growth just moved toward this side, and in this side the growth is not too much. So do you know why this is due to? Actually the presence of gibberellin is over here is too much, but in this position the gibberellin is not there. So instead of growing this side, they grow this side. The third hormone we are having the cytokinins. Now what is cytokinins? Actually cytokinins helps in cell division in the plant. As I have already told you, the auxin, gibberellin and cytokinins help in cell, that means they promote the growth of the plant. So they help in the cell division, first thing. Here written, cytokinins also modify apical dominancy in stem and promote lateral bud growth. What is lateral bud growth? So this is the buds, that means or the we can see the apical part. In the apical part, if there is a bud, okay, so they just promote the lateral growth. That means in this side and this side. They also help in the opening of the stomata. The stomatas are just present in the leaves. So the opening of the stomata is due to the cytokinins. Now if they are okay, we will just talk about the acid in the last part. So here about the cytokinins. One more thing, they also stimulate seed germination. The seed germination is also due to the cytokinins. Now promote food growth is also in the cytokinins. Actually auxin was also promoting the food growth, and cytokinins is also promoting the food growth. Now they also helps in delaying the aging of the leaves. In the auxin also, they were not allowing the fruit and the leaves to age. Here also cytokinins helps in the delaying the aging of the leaves and the fruits. The last part, what we call abscisic acid, or you can say ABA, or it is also known as the stress hormone. So whatever we have read in the up part, this is the just opposite of that one. That means every negative work is done by the abscisic acid. It is also known as the growth inhibitor. Now what it do? Actually the first is it promote dormancy. That means it will lead the seed or the plant into a, that means into inactive state. That means it will stop the growth. First thing is they will stop the growth. The second thing is they will, as we have talked in the cytokinins, that they help in the opening of the stomata. So this will, the abscisic acid will close the stomata. Got it? Now if we see, if we want to see the third part, as we had read in the cytokinins, they do not let the leaves and the fruits to be aging, but they help in aging of leaf and fruit. That means they allow the leaves and the fruit to fall down. That means we can say, that means they promote the tilting and falling of leaves. They also helps in the detachment of flower and fruit from the plant. Now one more thing, that means all the inhibitor, the growth thing, the growth, the falling down, everything is just due to the abscisic acid. And in the ethylene it is not too much, so I'm just telling in the here only, ethylene, that means the ripening of the fruits is due to the ethylene, and it also inhibits the longitudinal growth, and it induces flowering in mango. Mainly the function of ethylene is known by, that means they just causes the ripening in the fruit, just like in mango only it's ripe, so they just help in the ripening of the fruit. Or we can also say, if the, if a fruit is there, if it starts ripening, so this is also due to the ethylene. So we have completed our today's topic, that is the plant hormone. In the next video we will talk about the movement in plant. So that's it for today's class.